Today we're gonna make the factory look incredible. Build a stunt track through it. But most amazing of all, I figured out how to make a 1 tile wide bounce pad elevator. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we got our weapons production online. So now we have infinite ammo and, of course, explosives. So now we can destroy the world. However, we won't be destroying everything just yet, because there's a huge project I need to work on that I've kind of been putting off the last forever. And that is decorating the factory, because oh my goodness, in the rapid expansion we undertook to get our weapons area online, whew, we have expanded quite a bit and it's looking a little messy. Okay, well, sorry, not a little messy, it's horrifically messy right now. So today we're gonna be adding in a ton of walls, decorations, bounce pads, and even a racetrack to kind of bring the base up to snuff with how the front looks, so that when I look down upon it, I don't actually just puke at all the gray and yellow mess. So yeah, quite a big job today. And to get started, we're gonna be building our racetrack. So with the racetrack here, I'm not talking about a racetrack in which we're racing all of our automated trucks and stuff like that. No. What I really mean is just an easy track or loop around the inside of our base that we can drive our Explorer around. Because say I'm coming down this highway here, right? And I want to get to our hub, which is over there. It'd be much easier if I could just drive up somewhere. And then there's the bounce pad and I just bounced over. Because right now I just drive in somewhere and find the nearest bounce pad. It's a huge mess. And same goes for the front of the base here. Like, I'm always driving up this road and then I just crash into this conveyor belt, jump up on that bounce pad and find my way up. And even when I'm coming in from this highway over here, I drive into the middle of our base, the literal middle of the base. And I'm like, well, what do I do now? I have to run over to this bounce pad, and it's the only way up. So yeah, this racetrack project is really just a way to centralize our transport into the base, so it's not like a haphazard mess all the time. And then we could have one major elevator that goes super high up, and from there, we go wherever we want. And no more just trying to fiddle around, jumping around the base all over the place. Alright? Alright. And I even started on this project a little bit, not in any major way, but when we're doing or building the new truck stop area over there, we made an underground highway, which has an entrance way over here. So the trucks are coming in and out of this little tunnel, but then I dug away a bit, as you can probably see. So when we have the Explorer and there's no trucks around, I just drive straight ahead. I can either go straight or I can take a left, and bada boom, we're in the base. Of course, this still doesn't work that well, because what I've been doing is just running along this line then, and then bada boom from here, over to that door, and up to the central area. And I've probably done that thousands of times. I have about 200 hours in this world, and I'm sure at least 10 hours is just due to inefficient traveling. So that brings us to the plan. We need the centralized area. And where are we gonna have our quote-unquote personal transport hub? Well, it's gonna be right over here, kind of a part of the screw factory, right here. I'm gonna make a platform, just like so. And this is where our Explorer is gonna come and park. And then we're gonna have elevators going all over the place. So that is step one. We have our rally point, where we're gonna have our towers and everything. So now we just need roads connecting this area to the outside of the map. So let's start with the easiest side, which is gonna be over here, where the underground highway kind of goes. And I've kind of already worked out what to do here, but we're gonna be cutting through this empty tower here, and You can already see the hole I made, but check it out. There's an easy way through right here. So you'll come in with the Explorer, take a left. It'll be a 2 wide area, so you have a bit of room for turning. And then we just go up this way. So then from here, you'll go across this new bridge, get to look around, see all the neat things to see. Cut right through this. And then things get a little bit tricky here. Because now we're at the next truck stop. And we need like 2 wall lengths of clearance for this. Or, you know what we could also do? We could just borrow a little bit of space from the trucks. Like, they don't need to take that wide of a turn, right? Like, that's egregious. So you know what? We're just gonna have this road continue just straight ahead. There we go. Just goes right into our hub area. As for the truck here, let's just delete this node. There we go. And it should probably figure out its way from A to B there, maybe with a bit of a nicer turn. And then as for this, we can just throw up some walls. And there we go. And I'll tidy it up a little bit more once we finalize where the roads are gonna be. So next up, we have this direction. Number 1 is we have the highway coming through here, right? And now we do have this tiny little road here, so it's like, why not just do a little ramp? Yeah? Pretty simple idea, right? It's like the problem solved itself. And there we go. So when we're coming down the highway, we can just take a left, go up there, and GG. Only issue will be the trucks exiting this way, so we have to be a little careful, but generally speaking, I think we'll be all right. And now from the west direction here, if we're coming down this highway, really simply, I just cut a hole in the wall here. And all we have to do is go up here, take a right, and there's the entrance we just made already. So pretty much done. Can I widen this, actually? Now I'm looking at it, it's like, this could be too wide. Is there any reason it's not? No. Okay, so let's just widen this too. Make things more convenient. Cool, that took literally no effort. And now we are pretty much covered. We have our entrance in from the highway. We have our entrance from the west highway. We have the entrance from the north direction. And now there's one more road I need to add. And this is definitely going to be the most difficult one. But I want an entrance from over here. Because I usually find myself driving in from like over in this area. Like I'm not near the highway. So it'd be nice if I could just drive through here and then get to the hub area that's right over there. Of course, we kind of have a couple things in the way. I might be able to work something out. Also, we could add in some kind of ramp from here. So if we're driving up this way, we can just drive over and go onto that road. Maybe, I don't know. That might be a bit redundant because we can always just go over there and our entrance is right there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's redundant. But definitely for sure, something coming from this direction to the hub. So this is going to be quite the challenge. We have our coal plant over here. We have all of our factory stuff over there. So we have this tiny little gap to put a road through. So now the big question is, at what height do we have the road? Now I'm thinking, with the power poles here, that's kind of like our clearance check. So we have to be at least above the poles here, right? And then, yep, we have the nice little space through here, and that's where we need to end up. So maybe this won't be too difficult. Oh yeah, it will be difficult, because we can't have a road just going right over here, because we have our 2 jump pads here. And like, we'll probably not use them as much once this road system's in, but I still want them around, right? Like I want to bounce up to here, bounce up to there. It's nice. So I guess if we can't make a road across, we're just gonna have to fly across. So now we gotta jump, brother. Flying through our base. Taking a little bit of damage, but boom. Gets us right to where we need to be. Perfect. So now we don't need to worry about blocking jump pads. We don't need to worry about anything. And we have an awesome jump through our base now. Definitely worth the damage. And also remember, we're only using these roads to get into the base. Whenever we're going somewhere, we're gonna be taking the airport. So this is fine. And then, so we can get up to the ramp, I just made this little outcropping here, so we can come in through this way, or from over that way. And looking at the base here, I was considering doing something in the front, where we had like a road coming up here or something like that. But I decided against it. It might ruin the aesthetic, and I really, really like how the front of the base here looks. I don't want to mess that up. So yeah, these roads are fine. And then whenever I am coming up this area, it's pretty easy for me instead to take a right over here, and that just brings us to the entrance right over on this side. And now with the super convenient new road going right into the middle of our base, it's actually more useful. Because before, of course, it's easier just dumping my car at the front of the base and going from there. But this is way more convenient now. Like over here now, I could have fuel being brought here. I'd have all the bounce pads going everywhere. It's gonna be wonderful. And you know what? There we go. Now fuel is up here. And now remember, I'm not gonna build a truck stop to refuel my Explorer because I'm probably gonna be destroying it once I get to this point. Because we're just gonna want to use this point to launch everywhere. Alright, alright? Alright, alright. So that brings us to the last thing we need to do, and that is build our launch tower. Now luckily, we don't have to worry about stopping at a variety of floors. Like with most of my little bounce pad towers, they're pretty slow because I go up like this and then, oops, sorry. I go up like this and then I have to move to the side and then I go up to the next one. It takes a long time. And that's just so I have the opportunity to kind of like bonk my head on one of the floors so I can stop there. But with this elevator, all we need to worry about is speed going up. And I have a pretty neat idea I've been wanting to try out actually. Oh my gosh, and for once, one of my ideas actually worked. So I wanted to build a 1x1 multi-bounce pad elevator to essentially make a super travel tower. Kind of like the one we have back at our hub. And yeah, I actually figured it out. So it all relies on the bounce pads bumping you into a wall. So you bump into the wall, and then I was able to put a platform down, move another bounce pad just a little bit over to the right there. So when you're bounced against this wall, you're kind of pushed in between just in this little crack. And all you have to do is tap a little bit right, and you're bouncing up. Easy stuff, easy game. And then we get to the top and you can go wherever you want. Yeah. And then even the power is in the 1x1 area. Because since there's no platform, the power lines literally just pass through all the bounce pads and everything. So it's a little goofy, but it does work. It does actually work. So now, when all of our vehicles come on in here and we decide to go somewhere else, just have to move up this tower. Very simple to use. Well, at least when you go through the door here. There we go. Ooh. And when there's no leg, there we go. There you go. You can just fly up to wherever you need to go. Easy. And that can be our main mode of transportation for our entire base. Now, when we're back at our hub and we decide to go look over that way, check it out. You can see the space elevator. You can just barely see that too. And that'll look a million times better once I decorate it. So I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, it's all worked out. And of course, we can combo jump pads together like we have with our little setup here. And we can just go anywhere with this. In fact, yeah, if we have the rest points like that, they could all combo to their own specific areas. Ooh, the possibilities are endless. But alrighty though, with that little mini project kinda complete, it is actually time to start decorating. So the plan is, I wanna fill in the walls pretty much everywhere, like definitely right here. Not gonna be able to see inside anymore. Over here, gonna fill in the walls. I think I'm gonna get rid of this entire stack and just use the new conveyor lifts. And just start decorating all over the place. Make things look presentable. Less boring, less open, and far less yellow. So to start things off, let's actually fill in the walls. And once all the walls are filled in, we add a splash of color. And there we go, everything's all good. Took like no time at all. I'm surprised I even put it off this long. JK. It was a lot of work, and a lot has actually changed. So it's amazing now. I'm not even gonna be humble with this. This is the coolest looking factory I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible. Jump pads everywhere, all the walls filled in. Check this out. This is probably my favorite part of it. Can look right into the screw factory at all of the old style conveyor lifts. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. The roads all done, everything nice and painted. This tower complete, and oh my goodness guys, this tower, I've been using it the last couple hours. This is the best thing I've ever made. Like 10 out of 10. I'm even considering making like a YouTube tutorial on it. My goodness, it is a lifesaver. But yep, this is all finally repainted. Conveyor lifts are gone and replaced with the new ones. There are jump pads everywhere. Like everywhere I go now, there are jump pads. And I've extended the base significantly. Mainly to accommodate the new road for the new jump entrance. But yeah, have this huge new square over here. And that's probably going to have like trains or something in it. Not 100% sure yet. But then, if we go over to the other side of the base, I worked over there too. Like everything pretty much is being redone. Or, not really redone, sorry, but like polished off. Yeah, that's the word for it. And check this out, check this out. This whole side is done. I never look over here because it was always such an ugly mess. And now, it's a big red ugly mess. But yeah, everything's painted, got a couple little balconies, and the entrance actually looks like a proper factory entrance now. Really sick, really sick. And of course, like I was saying, bounce pads literally everywhere. Oh, and aside from the exterior, I did a little bit of work on the interior as well. All of the old bounce pad elevators we have around the base, all looking fine now. There's ways to other bounce pads all around now. So, like being stuck somewhere and not able to get like somewhere else quickly, it's not even a thing anymore. It's not even a thing. Like wherever you end up in the base, essentially there's a jump pad waiting to get you going. And like I was saying, the old elevators all decorated now, looking great. Oh gosh. Oh, and one of my favorite changes here is I moved this entire road over to the coal there, over a bit, so it's in line with this road leading into the base, and it's just like everything else. Amazing. This is the craziest thing though, but actually going to ground level, it is like the weirdest experience, man. Like, look at this tower. It's so skinny. Never realized how skinny it was, but it's like you're actually in a city. It is just the strangest thing, like looking down streets, essentially. It's like we're in New York, except we're making computers. And weapons. And all the other jazz. But oh, gotta show you the other street too. Just over this way. And like I was saying, bounce pads everywhere. It's so convenient. Oh, got little roofs on things. Everything's painted. I am so happy. I am so happy with this. It really feels like this is a proper base now. Oh, it's just fantastic. and definitely not gonna let it get that out of hand as it was before. Gonna keep up the looks here. But yep, that is pretty much everything. Also, I was taking screenshots at the same time. So, check out this transition from the mess it was before to the beautiful factory we have today. And then seeing it from the front as well, it just shows how many walls I placed down. I think I went through like 3 large storage containers of both concrete and iron plates. Like, today's been absolutely wild. Now, of course, there's like another million little details as well, but I think next time I'm gonna do like a proper factory tour, since the factory's actually looking nice now, and I'll show off everything then. But that's gonna be all for today, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.